All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Ba'ashem Kodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Stone. Shalom to the elect Christian this word in truth and in sincerity. With the hope of receiving mercy of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai is the name of his only begotten Son. The so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites according to the prophecies that are written in the scriptures. I want to make it known that the RFID microchip is the MOTB. The serpent juice is the precursor to the MOTB. Yahweh Shai, whom the ignorantly called Jesus, is about to make his return upon the earth to deliver his elect and to pour out judgment as it is written. So I'm going to go straight into this because I have two precepts that came to mind while I was listening to this. I was supposed to attack this video already, but it was filed away in the archive, and my mind just, spring it up back. So let's go straight into it. This is Isaiah 29 verse, I have about 3 precepts, but I'm going to bring out one precept first and then I'm going to play this clip for you, and this is a line of precepts right here. So this is Isaiah 29 verse, I'm going to start at verse 18, and it said, and in that day shall the deaf hear the word of the book. And which book is that? Talking about the scriptures. Who is the deaf? The so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The elect of them are going to hear the word of the book, because at one point the book was closed. At one point the understanding was not given, but now it is given. From the elder Abba Bivens come right down to our elders and apostles. Right now the word is out. And the eyes of the blind shall see out of obscurity and out of darkness. Because as it's written in Isaiah 60, it said the light of the Lord shine upon us. No, I got to just read that verse quickly, just because it arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But Yahweh shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. So going back to Isaiah 29, verse 21. No, was that verse 18, right? Yeah. So it said them are going to see out of obscurity and out of darkness, because gross darkness covered the earth. At one point we were engulfed in that gross darkness too. We didn't pop up upon the earth in the matrix knowing these things that we know right now. Yahweh Shemel shall open the minds of the simple by the preaching of our elders and apostles, brothers, and we understand the word, because Yahweh Shemel shall suck with us, yo. Him say, when you come and knock, if you answer, yo, and you can see the man them answer now, because you see them on the highways and byways continually pushing this word. Let's continue. Verse 19. The meek also shall increase their joy in the Lord, and the poor among men shall rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. And that is what's being done now. That's why we go out there. Tomorrow is a Tuesday, which brothers out here in Jamaica will go out there and prophesy on Tuesday, giving glory unto the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Verse 20. For the terrible one is brought to naught, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off, that make a man an offender for a word. Because this is the time that we are coming up in which we're going to be offenders for the words that we speak from where? The Bible. The scriptures that people say them believe in, But because them get a false narrative of the scriptures, when the truth that come from the scriptures, now people up in them feelings, yo. When the true prophets come and worship Yahweh Shemashah in spirit and in truth, as is written in John, so the hour shall come and the true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. That is what's being done now. But them not like the spirit, yo. Them not like the spirit that will come in, which is the spirit of Yahweh Shemashah. Will come with the spirit of what? Prophecy. And so let's read about verse 21 again. That make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. Let's believe, yo. So let's listen to this clip. This is Tammy Bites, you know. She ever on the prowl for new information, you know. Hopefully she come to the knowledge of the truth, you know, because she always do good videos, yo. I'm do a lot of video of a reaction of a few videos.
Of criminalizing the Bible and Christianity, and barely anyone is talking about it. That anything said by a Christian, whether in a church service, as part of reading the Bible, sharing their faith on a YouTube video, or even in private with someone, could lead up to 2 years imprisonment because some cog in the machine decided it was hateful based on their feelings.
I knew this day was coming. I told y'all this day was coming. Canada spanning the Bible. Certain scriptures from the Bible, they're deeming it hate speech. Anything to do with same-sex marriage or anything like that. And if you think that that can't happen here in the United States, it is already happening here in the United States. In New York, they put forth a bill, hasn't been signed yet, where they're going to change up what a mother is called, the meaning, and what the meaning of a father is.
New York Democrats argue the words mother and father are outdated and need to be replaced with more inclusive terms under state law. All that's needed now is Governor Kathy Hochul's signature. So if Hochul approves, in New York's family court and in domestic and education law, a mother would be labeled as a gestating parent, a father as a non-gestating parent, and paternity proceedings to determine the child's father would be called parentage proceedings. The bill passed the state Senate this week and the state assembly back in March. Governor Hochul proudly calls herself New York's first mom governor. It's unclear if she'll support this change, though.
I'm not familiar with what was introduced late last night, so I'll take a look at it. I have until the end of the year to review them and make a decision, so I won't be commenting on pending legislation.
So they don't want us to change them, but they want to change us and what our terms are. Because if you go back to the beginning, in the beginning, God...
So, as you can see, you know, there's a strong possibility I might go for that new act that is passed in Canada, showing you that it's going to be illegal to be out there quoting certain verse from the scriptures. So I want to bring forth these precepts, you know, because I'm not going to make this video very long. So this is Amos 5 verse 10, and it read, they hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. And that is what we're doing, you know. We are rebuking the gates and we are speak uprightly. They don't like that. And the thing is, we don't just do it, we are doing it in season and out of season, yo. Because if you do a video concerning the fate of the young men that are out here now, you know, when we reach a camp, rain their fall, you know, and they come now look harder than normally, or we just stand up out there and we look, you see man them out there with them umbrella, and what me have to do? Fall in, throw my garment, flick up the umbrella, and me and my brother stand up under the umbrella and we get that work in, yo. Because this is the time that we're in which no one can say they've never heard this word being declared, yo. That's why the scripture said it is evident that's why the Lord sent us lost. Because we are spectacle for man and angels, yo. Because even the angels them see us out there, and that's a wonder to even them. Because that's the faith that Yahweh Shemel shall put in us, yo, with the fear. And that in itself is a gift. To go out there no matter the conditions, yo, once the job can be done, get the job done. I have another precept that I want to go for. This is Amos 8. So due to the fact that the 8 in that rebuketh in the gates, you know, the poor man wisdom is despised. And these words are for you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, yo. Because these heathens, all thing we out there declare on a judgment, whether I don't want to believe it, yes or no, this word is not for you. So you don't even have to listen. You can hold in the straight and continue. But you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the Lord said, for this cause, I'm going to number on to the sword. Because when him call, when he never answer. When he speak, when he didn't listen. Read Isaiah 50, read Isaiah 65, verse 12 on down. So this is Amos 8, verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the word of Yahweh. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh, and shall not find it. And these are the things that we are telling us that come upon the earth, yo. Them are going to make laws and various legislation and go pass. Various things them are going to write up for we can't be out there, for them can't persecute us. Because if you even remember in Matthew 24 when Yahushua was at the Mount of Olives and the disciples asked him what will be the sign of his coming, and him declare these things to them. After the beginning of sorrows, what the Lord said unto the disciples, then shall they persecute you. See, if you remember the prophecies, our persecution is nigh, because they cannot have us out there saying don't take the RFID microchip, it is the MOTB. This digital economy is a digital prison where they must set up round for having a monitored track. Them can't have men out there saying these things, coming up against the system where they want to roll out, yo. Them have to find a way to get us up off the streets, so them are going to demonize us. And a lot of people of our own nation already not like us, yo. So it's going to be easy work. So amen. It is what it is. So I hope this was edifying. Another one say Kalalal, Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kodash, Shalom.